I've been recording this entire time. I do not know about you.
That's all lost like tears in the rain. And then Harrison Ford blows my fucking brains out. Humans, Andalites, Years, Hork-Bajir, and Taxons, if you've managed to find some earbuds, welcome to the Wonder Years, for all your Animorphs, rereading, and eventual rewatching needs. I'm Sarah.
I'm Blair.
Blair, how you doing?
I'm good.
Can I share a fun anecdote from earlier today that I also posted on Twitter, but it made me giggle a lot, and I can't stop thinking about it?
Absolutely. I don't think I've heard this, so
you absolutely have. You liked my tweet and replied to it.
Oh, fun. So this is an anecdote I'm involved in directly.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So yesterday, I got a text from Blair. I was sitting down editing the fear baiting episode about Uzumaki, and I'm like, as I perpetually am when editing, stoned out of my mind. And Blair texts me like, "Hey, just a heads up. There's a really rough like leg injury that happens in Birds of Prey. I just want to give you a heads up," which I was very appreciative of, but was very confused because I had definitely not indicated as such to Blair that I had any intention of seeing that movie. And then today I'm walking home from work and I realized that Blair had just texted me that because he had realized that Mary Elizabeth Winstead is in that movie, and of course Sarah's going to see it.
I mean, it was not even, like, I said this much, but it was, like, not even, like, a specific thing. I was just like, oh, this is a movie that I know all the lesbians in my life are going to see. Let the one lesbian in my life who has, like, specific, like, leg trauma, like, stuff going on about the leg trauma that happens in this movie. So, I know what the people I surround myself with are into. It actually took me embarrassingly long to figure out that Huntress was oh my God, I've got all of her three words in her name mixed up. Mary Elizabeth Winstead. It took me so long to realize that was her until my roommate was like, is that Ramona from Scott Pilgrim? And I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Because I mean, like, it's been a while since I've seen her on screen, so she like looked familiar, but like, in sort of like, did I go to high school with you sort of way?
God, she was great in 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Oh yeah, she was amazing in it.
That movie's good. I should watch that again. But we were at Animorphs this week.
We sure did. God, nothing felt more like, I mean, definitely last book was like, okay, this is Endgame. We're like going into the Endgame now because like major plot stuff is happening. But the way this one opens is like just reminding you this is the last arc that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Because it like saves all of the recap stuff that usually happens at the like the first chapter for like halfway through the second chapter basically. Because the first chapter literally just opens with Jake talking to the Andalites on the telephone, basically.
Yeah. Being like, hey, do you remember the end of the last book? Just in case you didn't, this is the Resistance.
Yeah.
Welcome,
but, like, literally,
Jake.
that's all the sort of, like, hand-holding we get.
Yeah.
Right? Like...
Axe does do like a tiny little bit of spiel, but like it definitely, like the Marco book, it presumes continuity of reader. Which is the thing I'm going to say a lot because I think it sounds cool. And
it does sound, you know what, you're right, it does sound cool, and you should say it a lot.
It's like the thing that nurses have, like the nurses and doctors have, the continuity of care, except for its continuity of reader. My brain is fucking huge, bigger than doctors, so jot that down.
Yes.
Listen.
This is true.
Here's just a quick comparison between me and doctors. Doctors will tell you that you're too fat for reasons completely unrelated to the reason that you've decided to see them that day.
Yes.
I will offer you a joint instead and be like, yo, cool shirt.
Somehow in my heart I knew it was going to be weed related.
What can I say?
You're a simple girl with simple interests.
I'm a simple girl with simple desires.
Oh my God, not to totally derail, but my roommate's mom just came back from Florida, and she was at she had been there for the past couple weeks, and she was at a flea market in Daytona, and came back with a bong that was made out of an old Absolute vodka bottle.
Oh, shit.
And gave it to her daughter, which is my roommate, for Valentine's Day. So now we're not a bong family here in the Kitch Holland household. I mean, but famously we're not, because we don't want to stink up the apartment.
Right.
My roommate used to vape, and now she doesn't anymore, but she used to just vape weed because she doesn't want it to smell. And now it's sub-zero during the winter in February in Minnesota, and she will stand on the patio and smoke a bowl outside because she doesn't want to stink up the apartment. But now we have a bong, which is like high stink commitment when you have a bong.
Yeah, I bought this bong I bought my new bong with my tax return. I have to send it to you. It's beautiful. But I bought this thing with my tax return, and I literally took a chair off of our front patio and moved it to the back of the house, which is there's 2 feet of width behind our house, between the house and the fence. I just plopped the chair down there, and whenever I go take a weed hit, I just sit in that chair and fucking sit upon the Iron Throne. Unrelated, but my friend just sent me this image. I will describe it to the listeners, but I need you to experience it in raw, unfiltered horror first. These ingredients these things do all go together.
Do you want me to describe it?
Yeah, if you could.
So it seems to be quilted northern, extra soft and strong toilet paper.
Yep.
A can of refried beans.
Yes.
And a box of Skittles, all in a black plastic shopping basket. And they're all related, so one can only imagine the horrors that would unravel because of this combination.
This has literally nothing to do with this podcast or anything. It's just, there was a conversation today in one of the Discords I'm in, about someone's friend routinely eating beans and Skittles.
But specifically refried beans?
Yes.
And Skittles. Just combined or just in tandem?
Combined. Like, their line of logic was, I needed a protein and I didn't have time to make rice, but I did have Skittles.
That's horrible. Right? There's no good... No.
This is like fourth at this point, so we have to talk about it.
So, look, no, why? So you have Skittles on hand, but you don't have rice on hand?
Well, they didn't want to wait quote unquote, an hour to cook the rice.
Then don't cook rice, then just eat some fucking beans. It's fine.
Also, when was the last time you've taken an hour to cook rice?
Well, my rice cooker takes about 30 to 45 minutes to cook rice. Which is neither of those things are an hour.
No,
so
exactly.
Never.
I understand I'm coming from a place of privilege because my rice cooker does it in about 20.
Sure.
But anyways, Animorphs.
I'm really mad about this.
This cover?
Marco is the person who's like, well, I didn't want to wait a fucking hour to cook rice, but I had Skittles on hand, so I put those in my refried beans.
Yes.
But Axe is the one who would just eat it because he wanted to.
Axe would eat it and say yummy.
Axe would eat it on purpose. This is not an accident. It's not an accident.
Fuck off.
Hey, is that good? Is that good?
Better than any joke I've ever told, so. We have an Axe book this week.
We do.
The Deception.
We have the Deception.
Cover is just Axe turning into a normal boy with a flight helmet.
Yes, there's a lot of morphing into military adults in this book, so that makes sense. How do you feel about the title of this book as relating to the content?
Yeah.
Is there I guess there's some deceiving.
The entire plot of the entire Order 9166 thing is a deception.
That's true. I guess that is true.
Tricking China and the United States into a ruse. Mm-hmm. This book got geopolitical in a way I was not anticipating.
Yeah. Just so we can like, since we're like endgame, run down the plot real quick. Jake and the rest of the Animorphs contact the Andalites, and the Andalites are like, basically, you could be lying to us, so tough shit. We're gonna deal with the thing that's our priority right now. And then Axe is all like, hey, I'm important, and they're like, you kind of are, but also like,
you want to be a human loyalist?
Yeah, it's like, we have bigger fish to fry, basically. And so everyone's like, fuck. And they find out about the plans that are going to unravel and basically have to do with this military base that they end up going to.
Yep, stationed in the middle of the ocean.
Right, because Visser 3 has been promoted to Visser 1.
This book was a little bit hard to read on that front for me, just because there were Visser 3, but no longer Visser 3. That was Visser 1 instead.
Yeah.
And then there was Visser 2, and then there was a captain, and then there was an admiral, and then also Chapman was there.
Yeah, I was like, who, what? Okay, it's fine. I just kind of let it happen. I just knew that the artist formerly known as Visser 3 is now Visser 1, and like, that was the only thing I cared about.
I was really sad about that one scene where I misread that one scene where Visser 2 is in his underwear and tied up and is like, I will tell you my entire grand plan. Or was that Visser 3?
That was Visser 2.
Okay, yeah. For a moment, I misimagined that as Visser 3, just like chilling in his underwear, stuffing his chest out with bravado. And I was
Wouldn't that be amazing?
I was literally like, I cannot think of a more Blair image than that. Oh my god, he absolutely has like hearts on his boxers, right?
Oh,
like
for sure.
Not to Robotnik him, but like.
Oh, I mean, what do you mean not to Robotnik him? We can Robotnik him.
We're allowed to Robotnik him. Visser 3 to be played by James Carey. That's 20 years from now when he gets serious about things.
Oh yeah.
Becomes a character actor, does period pieces.
So they
okay, sorry. This is completely unrelated.
Yes.
But I have been getting a little bit into film Twitter and a little bit into crossword Twitter at the same time, and it's hell. It's fucking hell. Everyone capitalizes everything, and I don't know who's talking about what. This is not a bit or a joke. I just constantly misread it, and I misread everything, and I'm dying. Please go on.
Well, what do you mean everyone capitalizes everything?
When film Twitter talks about a movie, they put it in all caps. When crossword Twitter talks about a fill, they put it in all caps. Everything is all caps all the time.
Yeah. Oh, do you have a problem reading all caps?
I don't have a problem with it. I just keep thinking one tweet is about like, what's
I understand what's happening now. I'm just like, I don't get it.
I'm just like, damn, what's this Dottie the House Elf movie people are talking about?
Oh, that's so funny. So, as previously discussed, like, I've been doing the crossword every day since the beginning of the year. It's so funny that you're, like, more into crossword Twitter than I am, because I, like, am basically, it's just me and my roommate, and sometimes you, who do crosswords.
Yeah, I follow a couple of crossword makers. They're fun. I like them. I
like them, too. They're, like, so nerdy.
They are.
All the time.
I was relating to you as much this morning, but my brain is small, and past Thursday, I really have a hard time filling out the crossword. I'm working on it. My brain is, building that muscle. But, so past Thursday, or whenever I have, like, because if I complete a fill, and it's like, hey, you did a typo, I'm not going to be able to find it, so I just pull up, like, a grid, a completed grid. And the blog I've been going to is very nice because half the time their blog entry is just like, this crossword sucked shit. I hated seeing this word and this word. This clue sucked. Why would you use the word gluey? Fucking, and just... it just makes me feel very smart reading it. Like, yes, that's why I had troubles with it. Oh, yeah.
That's related to this Saturday's New York Times crossword, which was a fucking miserable slog. What a bad crossword.
I mean, pull it off my phone
maybe if I was better at crosswords, I would have liked it a lot more. But man, I was just dragging my body through this like horrible like wreckage the entire time, where it was like I can't figure out anything. I mean, I got it done, but life is very hard for me, personally.
Yeah, some of these words, like, I've never seen hashish spelled with 2 E's, but maybe I've just never seen hashish spelled correctly.
It's possible.
I thought it
also,
was
I've never heard
Hashish.
Yeah. Anyway, we have to talk about Animorphs and not crosswords
that was
before
the most boring 2 minutes of this podcast. 2 minutes of podcast we've ever committed to recording.
We'll do a crossword podcast later.
Oh my god, can we do a crosscast?
Maybe. Anyway, so the rest of the plot is basically like the Animorphs go to this military base. They find out that they get like quote unquote Chinese missiles like aimed at like this military, like they're being like it looks like they're being attacked by China.
Situation where the Yeerks are neither the United States or whoever the other country involved in the Lusitania was.
Right.
Just like a deliberate sinking of a warfare vessel in the attempt to start a war.
Right, exactly. And it becomes a whole thing. Axe basically decides to do a mini coup against
Jake.
He steals a plane with a nuke on it, and basically is like, okay, Visser 2, I'll nuke the Yeerk pool, which would kill so many people. Like, it would probably decimate the entire city the Yeerk pool is in.
Absolutely.
And he's like, I'll nuke the Yeerk pool if you don't tell. There's like a submarine thing happening that would like more war. And like eventually it ends with like Visser 2 being like, okay, I'll call off the submarine. And Axe doesn't have to nuke the city that all of his friends' family live in. But now we have to contend with the fact that Axe basically did a coup against.
Yeah, and we're left on a bit of a cliffhanger because there's no resolution. Axe does not reunite with the rest of the Animorphs at the end of this. It's just like the last couple of chapters is him lamenting the fact that like everything is changing and he doesn't feel good, and then the book just ends.
Right. So this series has talked about wartime ethics before, but I feel like it's always been very, not superficial necessarily, but like way more hypothetical. Like obviously the Animorphs have had to deal with bloodshed before, so like that's very real. But on this scale, we're talking about huge numbers, like huge real war numbers.
It's trolley problem to the like biggest degree.
Yeah, to its logical extreme, basically.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to see the stakes start to feel like not like. I mean, in the past, it's felt very like, is murder bad? I don't know. But now it feels like, it's like, do we kill, like
20 to
20,000 people to save 1 billion people? You know, which is like that. Like a war is happening. Visser 3 is now Visser 1 in power and is going to do it, like break out a full on World War 3.
Yeah, there's no more room for guerrilla warfare like there was under old Visser 1.
Right. So they can't just like fight these mini battles anymore and like hand-wring about these like individual deaths. They have to like these individual murders they have to do, you know, because like it's still like killing people.
Yeah. There were some real like actually touching that like I could feel my heartstrings being pulled at, but that didn't mean that my heartstrings were not being pulled. If that makes any sense, like
for sure.
There's a scene early, like when they're engaged in like the fucking all out like 60-page brawl that is the back half of this book. There's a small scene where Marco saves some soldier's life, and the soldier, they're like, okay, are we going to fucking take out this guy because he's also Yeerk? But the soldier just stands up and gives Marco a salute, and like my notes literally say in that moment, like, hold on, where did I fucking... the soldier hitting Marco with a salute made me tear up. They have help! And then like 20 pages later, Axe just spies Marco from across the room, like holding that soldier as he dies.
It's, yeah, I mean, man, like, this series has always been not low key, but like sort of metaphorically about the horrors of war.
Yeah.
And now we are literally talking about the horrors of war because we have literal Earth military involved in this whole thing. And basically, at this point, the cat's sort of out of the bag with in regards to like aliens. Like some of these like human soldiers recognize the fact like, oh, we're being invaded and attacked by aliens. Because at one point, yeah, because like at one point, Axe is like asks like a soldier is like, hey, can I like borrow your meat suit for a bit? And this dude is like, yeah, sure, go ahead.
Fucking do it. Hey, whatever you need to beat these assholes.
Right, totally. And I don't know how much consequence we're going to see about that in the future. I mean, some certainly, right? Like that has to be an eventuality at this point. Once now,
I would be genuinely surprised. Like, I think these books are going to stop being so episodic. Like, there will still be like main plot points of the books, but like these books are about to turn into much more like free form like narratives. If that makes sense. Right.
That totally makes sense, and you can already feel it from the connection to 45 to 46.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm excited and nervous. I wonder, like, the level of like collaboration or how alone the Animorphs are going to be in this thing, because as soon as it's like now it's potentially global, like, right? That's the goal for the Yeerks, is to make it global.
Yeah.
And that is a level of force and manpower that, I mean, these 6 kids have done really well for themselves so far.
Yeah.
But there's no way they're going to be able to handle it alone in the future unless, like, they get some serious additional manpower behind them. I mean, and we kind of see that in this book, because all throughout this book we have Animorphs acquiring DNA of like human soldiers so they can like use these adult soldiers with like status to get shit done.
They can just all become Vincent Adultmen.
Yeah, no, truly though. But like become like commanding officers, right?
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
Like and like trying to be like kids while on the inside of this military conflict that might not even recognize they're there. The political ramifications of this whole situation are like truly fascinating and so much more deep than I thought this book series was gonna get. You know,
I told you.
Like, I mean, I knew it was gonna get intense, but I didn't think it was gonna get so specific. You know, I guess I've sort of been talking around it, but the fact that it's like, it's not just an alien versus human war, it is human war, right?
Right, yeah, absolutely. I'm trying to think of how to say this without spoiling too much of the game. Yeah, this is where Capelgate starts really showing like her like true actual real life, what I'm assuming are her true life like feelings on all of this. Like this feels like Capelgate getting across her vision of war to me.
Truly, and it's so much more effective than.
Oh, go on.
Oh, sorry, I thought you cut out for a second.
No
So I find it to be so much more effective than like War of the Worlds sort of allegory.
And you know why I think it's so much more effective, especially in this book? It's because it's from the perspective of Axe, who is this outsider. He's not an outsider to warfare. He is an outsider to human warfare.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I think it would be effective regardless, but I totally agree. Like, I think it's
like
especially poignant.
Know the breadth of human. Like, remember the book where he learned about the Holocaust?
Right. Yeah. It's really fascinating because Jake has obviously been studying the U.S. military, right, and other military aircraft.
I did not even clock that. I was a little bit miffed because I was like, Marco should know this stuff. Marco's the fucking random trivia dude. But then no, of course Jake would know all of this fucking battle cruiser bullshit.
Yeah, I feel like I was sort of like, I wish we had more like build up to him knowing all this information, but I think it totally makes sense for him to have like studied a bunch of this stuff,
Definitely.
Like, because truly you never know how like a situation like this is going to go. And when they have throughout this entire series been using the language of war, it only makes sense to know the mechanics of it as well.
Yeah, exactly. I think I mentioned something to that effect in the last book, because they do go into like the husk of an old like military carrier, and like I think there might be a theme about this alien warfare taking place in and around so much American war material.
For sure, definitely. It is definitely it brings this sort of idea of war away from the idea of an us versus them, even though there is an quote unquote us versus a quote unquote them, but it's not a unified human front against these aliens. It is these aliens making us fight each other.
Yes, exactly. That's wow. Blair, I'm going to ask you to hold on to that little like snippet for the rest of this podcast. That little thing, because that is, God, wow. That's yeah. Freaking yeah. Like there's I remember seeing a lot in the wake of the situation in Iran last month. I remember seeing a lot of sentiment as to like, we have you know, like you and I have so much more in common with the average Iranian person than any of the people involved in the military strikes of that country from last month.
Right.
And it is just like these people who may as well be alien to us are, forcing us to fight each other.
Totally. It is.
Anyway,
so when I think of,
come on, no wonders.
Yeah, so when I think of like other sort of alien versus human war movies that are like that came around during other times of like wartime, like strife and stuff like that.
Right, Independence
the
Day
moral of the story is typically like, oh, aren't they awful, like, and evil and horrible, but isn't war beautiful in the way that it brings humanity together?
Right, yeah. And fucking the end of Watchmen completely turns that shit on its head too, right?
For sure.
Like the whole like fucking giant nuclear squidtopus that Ozymandias sends to New York City. Like he is entirely just like utilizing that to, like, it is utilitarianism. It is the trolley problem. It is just the population of New York to stop the oncoming nuclear war that would obliterate the planet.
Totally.
Damn.
Some people hate the squid. I like the squid.
I think the squid.
I think it's a perfect amount of stupid.
Yes, okay. I was going to ask if they hate the squid or they hate what happened, or they hate what he does with the squid.
So, because in the movie adaptation, right, there was no squid.
Right, he just nuked New York?
Yeah. But I think since not to become a Watchmen podcast, but since Watchmen is sort of like the original critique on a sort of grungy noir comic book situation.
Yeah, it is the lampooning of every single Vietnam movie that put Fortunate Son over the credit, over like one scene.
Yeah.
That song does bang, but God, I
don't. So now that we've talked about the thesis of this book, I do want to hit on a few things that really touched my soul, or at least one thing that really touched my soul.
Hold on. Is it the moment where Axe is with the dying captain?
No, I was meaning in more of a lighthearted way, but that was also nice.
You go on then. You go
on. Well, I mean, since Marco is basically fake dead now.
Yeah.
He has to hang out with Tobias and Axe in their scoop.
Yes.
And he's just. It's like so like boys' night, but like Marco is like being so grumpy the entire time and trying to browse through like the infinite amount of television channels that Axe has hooked them up with, and just so grumpy that there's nothing on TV and that he has to be dead and he can't have any fun ever. Yeah. And I just really love thinking about the three of them hanging out.
Yeah, it's really good. I like the moment a little bit later when Marco and Axe are talking about like where Marco is like reluctant to break on, like to go to the naval base, and Axe is like, Axe like owns him with facts and logic, and is like, dude, you literally said to your dad last week that we can do crime as long as we make it up.
Owns him with facts
There
and
is
logic.
so much good Axe content this week.
Oh, I know. There's one point
very early on when he first when they're talking to the alien homeworld, he says that like in many ways these humans have become my home, and my heart just melted on page 3 because I mean I know that you love it and you know that I love it because found families is where my shit pops off.
Right. I mean, but it's like it feels almost deeper than found family, because it's like he's true. It's like he's truly the only fish out of water. You know, it's not like they're all like, it's all found family because they're all sort of, well, some of them are very ostracized from their families.
And one of them is a literal alien.
Right. But like, and then there's literally an alien who has been not only like cast aside by his family, because that didn't really actually, I mean, it kind of happened early in the series, but like it didn't actually happen. He's been basically cast aside by his entire race, and now he has to find like community in these like complete like genetic strangers to him.
And there is a moment where because by the end of this, Axe kind of nukes that a little bit, and Marco turns to him and says, "You Andalites, you people have a tendency to destroy what you want to preserve," and that line just fucking cratered me.
Yeah, like, I kind of love that level of internal consistency.
Yes.
Like that inconsistency, I mean.
Absolutely.
For Axe. Because I think we have him, we have emotionally motivated Axe, and then we have logically motivated Axe. And I think for a lot of characters,
it's a manifestation of his human life and his Andalite life.
For sure. For a lot of characters, we see those sort of things diametrically opposed. But I think in Axe, we see them so dramatically opposed because this whole book is filled with him understanding how humans communicate with each other.
Yeah.
And then this book ends with him trying to shove all of his feelings about a situation away and thinking purely logically and militarily minded.
I mean, he does that. He does that in times of stress, like that when he has to land when he lands the fighter jet into the ocean. He says He says that I wrote it down. I am the servant of the people. I am the servant of my prince. I am the servant of honor. Like he recedes to these Andalite ways of thinking, these routines, these duties.
And what's interesting though is that he typically errs on the side of thinking he's right all the time. But you can tell, even as he's doing it, he's like, this is the thing that needs to be done.
Yep.
But it's correct if everyone hates me if I end up doing it.
Let me see if I can find the actual quote.
Like, it's not proud obligation, it becomes just more grim obligation.
So this is like immediately after Axe floats the idea of just nuking the city and killing the Yurkpul and also like the population of the town. And Jake is just like, no, Axe, I can't. You can't. What are you saying? Do you know what it will do to us? And,
right.
And at that moment, hearing the shock and horror in my prince's voice, I knew I had made a dreadful mistake. I never, ever should have laid such a burden on my friend, my ally. Never, ever should I have risked a human of such superior quality to make a decision that would undoubtedly risk the lives of everyone he had ever known, that would undoubtedly destroy his home, his neighborhood, his city, that would utterly decimate his every precious bond to sanity. I was an Andalite, a member of the species someone kindly but perhaps rightly have called the meddlers of the galaxy. I was an alien. I would carry the burden.
Yeah.
Like when he says I am an alien there, like he obviously means in the Andalite sense, but he also means in like in my friend's sense. It's a very hurt the people around you before they can, like, so that you can't hurt them. You can't hurt them more, I guess. Like it's a twisted logic, but like I've been there. I've not been like in war crimes mode, but I've been there, dude.
Unless you have some secrets you need to tell me.
Listen.
Do you have war crime secrets?
Listen, they've been after me for years. Listen,
tiger that has
I
wings.
figured starting a podcast about with my name in it would throw them off the trail, but I'm just kidding. I'm not. I would never claim to be Henry Kissinger. I felt gross even doing that joke because I hate him so much.
I think but it's also like a level of I mean, it is, you were talking about compartmentalizing, but it is, like he feels this intense sense of connection and community with these humans. And then as soon as he has to do something horrible, he's like, well, I'm the alien, right? There's nothing,
Yes.
I have to be the other.
I was not part of this group at the start. I will not be part of this group at the end.
I have to do what has to be done.
Exactly. God, fuck! I'm genuinely tearing up just thinking about it.
It's pretty intense. It's pretty real. I sort of love it. I love him being so logically driven and so bad at it.
Yeah. He tries so hard to own people with facts and logic, but his feels don't care about the facts.
But also, yeah, because also he like knows what he's doing is, or even almost did. Like the fact that he didn't actually do it is not like, I mean, it's a relief, like he didn't actually have to do it. But like there's this tremendous weight still on him that he let himself almost do it, and that he doesn't know if he would have actually, if like it was a bluff or not. It's pretty. It's a lot. It's really a lot to deal with. It makes me hurt really bad for Axe.
Yeah.
Because there's a pretty high chance that he's going to be totally socially ostracized from the group that come next book. And I think it's going to be a lot of, we're either going to deal with that or we're just going to be in war and not going to be able to fucking deal with it,
I hope for the characters that they deal with it. I also kind of really want to see the story develop where they don't.
Oh, for sure. That's what I'm thinking. I think it'd be a really interesting narrative decision for them to be like, we just kind of resent you now, Axe, but we don't have the time or energy to deal with this emotionally, and you're really useful for us, so fuck you, but also come on.
Yeah.
Which, like, sucks, because I love Axe so much, and I love that he's loved by these people.
Can I do the Axe moment I was talking about earlier? Oh, sorry, you go on. Finish your sentence.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to ask if I could do the fun Axe moment. The fun, quote-unquote, Axe moment.
Fun. It's not fun, and it's shocking that you would use that word.
Yeah, I did put air quotes around it.
Go ahead.
This is in the chaos that's happening aboard the battleship. One of the high-ranking Yerks who's on board, Captain Plummer, takes a fatal blow, gets a fucking hole in the gut. Mm-hmm. And so here's that. I approached. His eyes were beginning to glass over, and still they showed fear. "I'm not going to hurt you," I said. Then I saw the Yerk struggling out of the man's ear. I let it happen. It would not get far. Awkwardly, I knelt by Captain Plummer's side. "What have I done?" he gasped. "I tried to fight it. I tried." "No one will blame you," I assured him. He looked down in fascination at what had been his stomach. "I'm dying." "Yes." He reached for one of my hands. I stayed with him until he was gone. This is like the second time an Axe had a soldier die in his hands. Because remember in the fucking Megamorphs when they went back to the fucking Revolutionary War and Jake got a fucking hole in his head and they went to the beaches of Normandy and one of them watched a soldier dying and... God.
I mean, but that's all very like, here's a traumatic video a VHS that your history substitute is going to put on. This specifically is like, man, dude, shit's real.
Yeah. The moment in that really gets me is Axe just letting the Yerk go away. Like, he knows that Yerk is going to die, but, like, there is...
Right.
I don't know. Maybe he rationalizes it as, like, a slight discompassion, honestly, because he knows the Yerk won't get far, and he would not put it out of its misery.
It's interesting. I think it can be interpreted... Like, there's no text surrounding it, right? I think it can be interpreted in... a lot of
I'm just thoughtsing.
Right. No. I think that's legitimate. I think the idea that it's not worth his effort to do it.
Yeah, definitely.
I think there's a lot of takes you could take on that.
Yeah.
But whatever it is, it's a really interesting decision for him to make.
Yeah, it's a wonderful and extremely tender moment. Can we talk about some fun stuff that happens in this book?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so early on when they're watching TV in their scoop, Marco makes a really salient point, which is that the Americans specifically are not prepared for war in any way, shape, or form because there has not been war on American soil in... I don't even know how many years it's been, so I'm not going to say a number because whatever the number I say, it's going to be comically wrong. but many years. But Marco just goes full on like, these fucking sheeple, man. Marco says, I will bet you dollars to donuts, and Tobias interjects with, is that a thing your grandma says? And I felt owned because that's the thing that I say like all the time.
That's adorable, Sarah.
Fuck off.
No, I don't. I'm not even condescending to you. It is such a great turn of phrase.
I love it.
People should talk like old timey all the time.
One of my coworkers made fun of me the other day for saying on the horn in regards to a phone.
Oh no, that's also good. You talk like a 55-year-old and it's great.
Thank you. Let me see. This is not like a funny moment, but when Axe says when he morphs a human, he feels like he just fits in on Earth, and I love him. He's just a baby boy.
No, I noticed that too. I thought it was so interesting.
Yeah.
He's like there was like he said something about like there's something compelling about being a human morph.
It's it's not dissimilar to the way Tobias spends time thinking about, did I want to be a hawk?
Yeah.
We didn't talk about it earlier. This is definitely not a happy moment, but those 2 chapters they spend in the barn just discussing morality, like those are 2 of my favorite chapters in this series thus far.
Oh, it's so good.
Like just all this back and forth and just like this gradual turn that has really been happening over the course of the series, but it makes it past the halfway point here of the turn from right to wrong, for the turn from right and wrong to like fast and slow.
Yeah.
And it's really excellent, just like ensemble discussion work. I really like excellently done.
Oh, for sure.
There was go on.
Oh, I was just gonna like backpedal a little bit to talk about how interesting it is to read this book and have like constant references to fact that because this is all pre 9/11, right? There hasn't been conflict on U.S. soil before, and like we're not prepared for war.
9/11, that's when that would have been.
Yeah. And it's so interesting because this is only slightly pre 9/11.
This is barely pre 9/11.
Right. And it's like how quickly the tides turn on that, because them saying that now, I think there's like 10-year-olds who could read that today and be like, I don't know what this is talking about.
This is a year before 9/11.
Right. It's just so crazy to think, well, yeah, I guess at the time, like, we weren't, but also now we're in a forever war, So the idea of, like, kicking off World War III is, like, not even... I mean, it's sort of catastrophizing global conflict, but it's also, like, war is just a reality for Americans and also the world right now. So this is, I don't know, a little too on the nose almost.
Yeah.
It just feels a little too on the nose to read.
Yeah. Do you want to hear some fucking pedantry from the Seropedia page? I've got more to go to, but I went to the Seropedia page. Goofs/inconsistencies. Axe has an Apple laptop on page 10, which changes into an iMac on page 15.
Look, Apple's is the same.
Apple's is truly the same. There was one other thing in my notes that I really wanted to mention. Oh, 2 more things. So one, as soon as Axe morphs a pilot and hops on the fucking the warship, Jake is like, "Hey, watch out for these bars. They're called knee knockers." Kind of exactly what it says on the tin. And Axe is like, Axe just says fucking, I'm proud to say I did not trip once.
He's so cute. He's such a cute little war criminal.
And then the last moment that I really wanted to talk about is that while he is morphed this human pilot, he gets shot in the leg and passes the fuck out from it. And when he wakes up, he's like, what the fuck? This body just took one... Is this dude just a fucking whip? Like... It's
so interesting. So this is like an actual like medical thing that happens. Like...
yeah.
I've been reading Stiff by Mary Roach, and that talks about like cadavers and death and stuff like that. But it also talks about like what bullets do to a person and how it's not even like, because like people who shoot people with guns and are trained to do it, however that might materialize, are also trained to like or a lot of cases trained to shoot non-fatally, and like have gotten freaked out in the past when like people they're shooting will just like collapse, and it's still a non-fatal shot, but it's just the shock of being shot in the first place will truly just cause you to collapse if you're not prepared for it.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Which is, I mean, like, you have to imagine, right? Because it is such a intense shock to the system. It is so insane that guns exist. Anyway.
Yeah, cosign, because that was some real shit you just said.
Thank you. Do you have any other hot takes about this book?
It was really fucking good.
It was really good. I'm so nervous about the end of this series. I'm so nervous. It's like, because this book, I like talking about this book, I felt like I was truly like ragging on Axe as a character.
No,
and, like,
he's so... Just...
and also being very fatalistic about his role in the future of the series. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, but I miss when they would just be fun and happy and have fun together. Even though this book series has never been specifically about that. It's
you
just
missed the part 20 pages ago when they were watching TV.
Yeah. I just want them to watch TV forever.
Yeah.
I want them to go to college together. Or not even necessarily the same college, but like nearby colleges, and like be roommates together and hang out and have brunches. I want them to be safe and okay and not in intergalactic international war.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It's really hard.
It's hard. Animorphs is hard.
Animorphs is so hard, you guys.
Man, but that was book 46, The Deception.
Yeah, fucking good as hell. Oh wait, before we finish it off, we just got to go ahead and do a quick little wrap up by just giving you the little the stinger on the inside of the book. Mm-hmm. So the outside cover quote was, "The Animorphs had never met Visser 2 until now," which is really weird because that is possibly the most committal that the outside cover text has ever been. Normally it's just some dumb shit like "more than meets the eye" or like "this is your brain on morphing." But it's just like a true statement of fact in this one. They have never met Visser 2. That's correct. Until now. Also correct. The inside cover quote is just "prepare for takeoff."
Well, which feels like it should be an outside cover quote, right?
This bullet point, a couple things beneath it, is really funny to me because it says, "This marks the 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, and 21st time that an Animorph has acquired a human morph." With Axe having acquired, I want you to guess how. So there are by the end of this book there are 21 human morphs that have been done. How many of those have been Axe?
I'm gonna say at least half of them.
Give me a number.
Let me just go for like 10.
Okay, it was 11.
Yeah.
Pretty close though.
Yeah, real close.
I just thought that was funny.
I got it right by Price is Right numbers.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though I'm the only one who guessed.
Yeah, but that means you win by default, right?
True. But unless I go over, then I don't win because that's how Price is Right works.
Well,
right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yes.
We got a question from @WhatIsCosplay who wants to know, if y'all were Transformers, what would your alt modes be? And would you be Autobots or Decepticons?
Evil is fun, right?
What's that?
Evil is fun, right?
Yeah.
So
to my
I
recollection.
Yeah, the just aesthetically, I would like to be a Decepticon.
Right, purple.
But also, I don't know anything about cars. I have.
I don't know why, but for some reason, the kind of car that like the brand of car that immediately jumped to mind for you was like a Yaris from the first year that they started making Yaris is, but just like
I do not know this one. Hold on. What is the Yaris? Oh, the Toyota Yaris.
Yeah.
So it's just like.
But like no. But like to be clear, like an old one, like Yaris, the Toyota Yaris first came out in '99. Like I'm saying, like I'm talking a pre 9/11 Yaris.
Okay, Yaris, 1999. I'm gonna find this fucking old ass Yaris. Yeah, because the one I was looking at was
it just
like
kind of looks like a car that a dad would be driving in like a bad movie from the early 2000s that was on after school.
This is a road trip car.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Now you have to assign me with a car kin.
Oh no. Oh no. I think.
Can I be a
It
hearse?
would be fun. What?
Go on. I'll say what I have.
I don't know. Suddenly, the only type of cars I can remember are Volkswagens.
I think I'd be a pretty cute Volkswagen, though.
But what kind? Like a bug or a bus? Or like some sort of sedan?
I would definitely be. I'd definitely be a Volkswagen bus.
Aren't they the best?
Absolutely. I'd be like one of those teal-colored motherfuckers.
So there's a Volkswagen. I live near a tattoo place, and someone there must own a Volkswagen bus that they drive around during the summer, because only during the summer is it parked right outside of it, but it is parked right outside of it all the time, and it is the best vibes. It truly is the best vibes.
Hell yeah.
My roommate is a huge hippie, so every time we walk past it, she's like, "It's my bus," and I'm like, "It's not," but I'm glad that you enjoy it. I guess I'm saying bus. I mean van, right? Not bus.
It's the VW bus.
It looks like a bus, but it's a van technically.
It looks like. So like it looks like old pictures of it kind of look like the British version of a stoner van.
Yes.
like okay, so take you've seen Dumb and Dumber. Now take the stupid dog car and cut away the dog part of it. I think that's probably a VW bus under there. Yes.
So that is our answer, and we're both evil for some reason.
I mean, for some reason, Okay, so the reason is that one team is colored red and one team is colored purple.
True, and purple is. I like red as a color a lot.
I like red too. Don't get me wrong, but like there are tier lists, and purple and pink are both up in S tier. Mm-hmm. Red's hanging around like B tier, and like I don't dislike it. I do like it, but like it can't hang with pink and purple.
Red is only goth if it's paired with black, and purple is goth on its own.
Yeah, yep. And by the way, just you saying red, black, and goth in the same sentence instantly conjured to mind that one picture of the anime girl leaning on the giant cross.
Oh yeah.
You know the one.
Oh yeah. You know the only image I looked at all through middle school. Yeah, I know the one.
The image that's just tattooed on the inside of all of our eyelids.
Mm-hmm. I've been on DeviantArt. Yeah, I'm familiar.
Yeah.
Cool.
Patreon.com/fearbaiting is where you can support this and the sister podcast, Fearbaiting. So Patreon.com/fearbaiting helps support this podcast. $1 a month gets you early shows if we get them done before post time, like we did with this week's Fearbaiting. $5 a month gets your name read on the podcast, and $10 a month, and you also get a short message sent in. $10 a month lets you pick a movie for our other podcast, Fearbaiting, which I've said like 4 times now. And you can also get all the other shit. So thank you very much to Michael Kaiser, Paul Moran, Kit Spindler, Paul Bechtel, and Ducky Aisha. We love you all so much.
Thank you.
Seda is not here today, but if you would like, they can be found on Twitter at nudity with an EA instead of a Y. And on their podcast, Music Music for Molehills.
Yes.
Can be found on Twitter at Musical Mole, where they try and solve itty-bitty problems with good music. Let's see. You can also find their music on People You Meet Outside of under People You Meet Outside of People You Meet Outside of Bars. Under, if you just want to, good God, I'm sorry.
Do you want me to run it through?
No, I got this. I'm at the home stretch. Seda, apologies for you having to listen to this whole editing. I love you so much. You can also check them out. They make music under People You Meet Outside of Bars, which can be found just heading to the simple URL of gaygothvibes.online.
Nice.
You can find me on Twitter at sunhatgenya, and you can also listen to me on Henry Kissinger's Pokemon Going to Die, the leftism podcast made by, for, and of the Terminally Online, which are all hosted under the glorious Noisepace.xyz banner, which is so thankfully hosted by Matt GameCube. Long may he reign. But where can people find you?
If you want to find me online, it's real easy. I'm in one place. You can just go to Blair Kitsch on Twitter. I'll be there. Look at my cats. They're going to be there. I'll be there, and my cats will be there. And I don't do anything else other than this podcast.
Search my name.
This is truly the most interesting thing I do all week. Other than look at my cats, who you can also find on Twitter.
God, I wish I could just spend all day looking at your cats.
Please come to Minnesota and look at our cats.
God, yeah, I will.
Thank you all for listening this week. We will catch you again in dose weeks with book 37. We're going back in time.
47, baby.
With book 47, baby. But until then, I have been Blair.
I continue to be Sarah.
And remember,
keep your hand on the S control device.
Baba Booey.
Baba Booey.
I don't know what that is.